Hi, everyone, and welcome to Storytime Chill with Val and Seal. I am one of your hosts, Cecilia Seal Smith,
And I'm your other host, Valerie Val Johnson Reed.
and we are excited to welcome you to Season 3, Episode 3 with author Mai B. We'll bring her on in just a moment, but we are just so excited to be here for another episode.
Yes, we are. We're very excited. But before we bring Maybe on, we want to salute one of our HBCUs. And the HBCU that we're going to salute tonight is Virginia State
State
University.
University. That's right.
Virginia State University was founded March 6, 1882 as Virginia Normal and College Institute. Virginia State University originally opened, and I didn't know this, originally opened as a teacher training college for both male and female Black students. They have a student ratio of 16 to 1. Their mascot is the Mighty Trojan, and their motto is a transformational, a transformational experience.
Oh, transformation. And that's truly what HBCUs do
I was
for
going to
us. They
say, yeah,
transform us into these amazing beings that just take over the world. So, we're like little
yes,
superheroes.
absolutely.
So we
Transform. That's what we're going to
salute,
transform. That is so true.
yes, we salute all HBCUs with special shout out to Virginia State University for being our HBCU of the week. So you'll have much more in store every episode. We will be featuring a new HBCU. So if you have one that you want, like us to shout out or to highlight, definitely hit us up on Instagram, hit us up on Facebook, and we'll be
Absolutely.
happy to feature your HBCU.
We
All
sure.
right. Well, let's go ahead and bring up our astounding author for today, Miss Mai B, and she's going to tell us about herself and the book that she's going to be introducing to us today.
Hi
Hi,
guys, hi ladies.
all black,
Hi.
all black
That's
attack.
right.
All black, all
Great
black.
minds think alike.
Congratulations.
Yes,
That's right. So welcome to Storytime Chill with Val and Seal.
Thank you for having me.
You're
of
welcome.
course.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Mai B. That's the author name I chose. It's actually half of my middle name and the first initial of my last name.
Okay.
Awesome.
So it just stuck with me. I thought it was kind of clever, maybe. So
Yeah, I love it. It's
I do
catchy.
too.
thank
Very
you.
unique.
I thought
Very
so too.
unique.
Everybody was like, "Yeah, only you would come up with something like that." So
Unique. It's very
I
unique. I
stuck
like
with
it.
it. Thank you.
Mhm. Mhm.
I have three children's books. I have been writing children's books for 3 years now. Um, my first book was Nally, the Beautiful Butterfly,
Okay.
and then my second one was called Judge Me Not, and then the one I'll be reading tonight is I Love My Black.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes. Well, let's get right into it. Without further delay, maybe take it away.
Thank you very much. So this is titled I Love My Black by me, Maybe. I wrote this book for our little young black and brown girls and boys at a time due to what's been going on in the world. I figured it was time for something that was special for our young black kids. I love my black because we come in different shades. I love my black because we are beautiful. I love my black because of our hair. I love my black because we are smart. I love my black because we trend. I love my black because we do have a voice. I love my black because we matter. I love my black because we have paved the way. I love my black because we are strong. I love my black because we are like no other, one of a kind. And that is all.
Awesome. That was so
That's very nice.
beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Yes. I
Very
love it.
nice. Yes. So let me ask you a question. What was your aha moment? What was your aha moment that made you say, "I want to write I Love My Black"? Because you have other books that you've written, but
Yes.
why I Love My Black? What made you write that book?
Um, Seeing everything that was happening in the world today with us black people, and for kids to just understand that no matter what's going on, that we are somebody,
Yeah.
and that we do matter, and that regardless of our skin color, us being the minority but still the majority when it comes to the things that's been going on, I felt it was time that we had something that was geared to our kids and for our kids, for them to understand that we come in different shades, we come with different hair. I have locks, you have it's the long hair, the short hair,
Yep.
we have black president, black first president, now first black vice president, female
Yeah.
vice president. Um, Africa, we definitely paved the way for that. We're showing that we're strong when we're a unit. So I really felt that it was time to write books geared, and I said that I wasn't going to be that author who was write specific books for specific genders. I wanted it to be broad, broaden my horizon. But in the moment, being a black female,
Yeah.
raising two black young girls,
Yeah.
I felt it was time that we had something that was for our black kids today.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's so true, and it's so relevant to,
Mm-hmm.
like what you said, it's so relevant to today's society and what we're doing
Yeah.
now. And it's always been relevant. But I think
Hmm.
like you said, I guess we're more aware now.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
We're more
absolutely,
aware. hmm We're more aware,
absolutely,
and that's what makes it interesting, an interesting
Yeah.
time.
yes.
That's what really makes it an interesting time. What makes your books different from any other books that you've seen or that you know about? Why did you write the books the way you write them?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm still a storyteller at the end of the day, so even with my first book, Nally, it's a story. It's a story for young girls to show that timing is everything. Don't force it. Take your time, and when your time comes, it's going to be right on time.
Yeah.
Right.
I have Judge Me Not, who's is for kids with disabilities.
Mm.
And then I have I Love My Black. So you see why I didn't stick to one box of
Mm-hmm.
where
Right.
I want to reach every child.
Yeah.
hmm
Black, white, blue, green, yellow, purple, it doesn't matter. I want
Right.
kids to know that, any little girl. I mean, it's called Nally the Beautiful Butterfly because we're butterflies. We're
Yeah.
going to be a caterpillar one day and we'll be a butterfly the next. When it's going to happen, we don't know. Everybody
Yes.
is different. Everybody's timing is different. But whoever is your, guidance mom or whoever, that's what in the book it just, listen. Even though we don't as kids, we're like, mama don't know. Daddy
hmm
don't know what they
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about. But regardless, we're going to find out in the end that when our time, we can't force it. All we got to do is keep praying and keep believing, and our time will come. And when it comes, we gonna shine. We
Yeah.
gonna
Right.
shine. And then you have
Absolutely.
Judge Me Not, that I speak on certain. I mean, as I can't speak on every disability. It's entirely too many to speak on for a book. But
Right.
I touched on a few of them, and it's in a classroom setting to well, what's wrong with that person? Well, why this person that person that way? Well, why you look like that? Why you in a wheelchair? Well, why they off in the corner that way? Okay, I have a disability, but I'm still human.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe learning a little bit slower than you or a little bit different than you. I'm still human at the end of the day, so don't judge me.
Right.
Judge me not. We can still be one
Wow.
if we just help each other instead of you trying to judge me for how I look, for how I
Mm-hmm.
talk,
hmm
for how I am, for what I have.
Right.
It's I can help you and you can help me and we can conquer the
Absolutely.
world. I saw a
Ooh.
story not long ago of everything is going viral, TikTok, Instagram, and everybody records things now. And it was a video of a mom that records her son is in a wheelchair and his best friend is a normal girl, but she looks after him like that is her brother.
Right.
And it basically says in the video, thank you to who this child is, because my child actually enjoys school because of you.
Mm.
Oh
So
wow.
it's like we can all be a helping hand to someone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I chose
Ooh.
to write. That's why I feel like my books are different, because I'm trying
Yeah.
to reach different things instead of just being specific to, one box.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Oof.
Did you want to say? Go ahead, Seal. Go ahead.
I got chills because it's just like just that can be applied to life, children
Yes.
and adults, and just life in
Mhm.
general.
Yes.
And it's like you end up missing out on some really amazing people when you fail to embrace differences. If you only stick with somebody who walks like you, talks like you, looks like you, laughs like you miss out on some amazing, pure
Some very special
people
people.
Mhm.
Yeah,
because you
very
don't
That's
special.
true.
embrace the
That's
differences,
so
you
true.
know?
So true.
And I think about just really briefly, like Val and I talk about this all the time, but we have an age difference.
Yeah.
We have an age difference. Her and I, we did not grow up in the same generation, but we
Yeah.
couldn't be more solid and more close and just
Yeah.
more aligned. And so, what if when God gave her that idea to speak to me about collaborating as writers, she was like, "What? She only what 28 years old? Like, what you mean? What you want me to do with her?" But she
Yeah.
didn't look at it as a okay. That's a
He's
difference.
alone, right?
Embrace the differences. She chose
Yeah.
So
me
you
so
can
many
still
things.
learn from each other. No,
Yes, we
Yeah.
learn so much from each other, and I don't
Yeah.
want to get mushy, but I
Yeah.
love her. Like she's like
And I love you too.
so
Yeah.
amazing.
You
That's
are.
all. I'm just
Well, but I also believe with that, I believe that God gives us divine connections. And
hmm
it's up to us to truly pay attention and be aware and alert of what he's saying. And
Yeah.
to me, that's what I heard when maybe he was talking, as well as what you're speaking about. Is about being listening to having that discernment and listening to God and following what He says to do. And even though we don't understand it, we still follow. We should follow. We're supposed to be
mhm.
obedient and follow. And the interesting thing about it is, once we are obedient and we follow, then later on we might see the results of this is what happens when you follow. Or
Yeah.
now I get why I connected with this person. I
hmm
didn't know why at the time, but now I get why I was
Yep.
supposed to do that.
Yeah.
I get why I was supposed to be with that child, teach that child that year. I get why I was
hmm
supposed to speak to this person. So the divine connections are just,
Yeah.
It's special. It's
they're
special.
they're very special.
Yeah.
Maybe what has been one of the most rewarding things about being an author for you?
hmm
Seeing little girls happy to have my book. Um, I remember I did an event back in August, and I can't say for sure if the girl had a learning disability, but she had to been about between 7 and 10,
hmm
and I had my book displayed where you could see the cover, and then I had another one displayed where you can read the back of it, the synopsis. And the lady she was with said, "Read that to me." And she read the back of Nally, and just hearing that she tried, she couldn't just read it straight through, but she sounded each word out. And I gave her the book. I said, "Ma'am, can I please give her this book?" And she was like, "Sure." It's like seeing someone want to read,
Mhm.
and seeing
Yeah.
um when people flip through it, like, yeah, I need this for my child. Like, you can literally read the book right there and then be like,
hmm
okay, I read the book, I'm done. But for someone to scroll through it and still want the book to still give to their child is a
Yeah.
beautiful feeling as well. And in
Yeah.
that same event, this girl, she was there with someone else working who was working the event, and she kept staring at the book.
Oh,
And I was like, I wonder if this parent is going to come over here and get this book for her. She kept, "Mommy, can I please get this book?" Or whoever she's with, "Can I please get this book?" And mom just, brushed it off, and then it was almost time to go. And I said, "Hey, come here." And I gave her the book, signed it for her, and I gave her the book. So it's not always about money. Well, not gonna say, oh, it's never about the money. It's about reaching out to these children, because one, we're in a time where it's nothing but social media. You rarely see children read. So to see these girls who are coming to my table and are literally reading and looking like, I want this book. They will crowd around the table, keep walking back and pass across the table. And it's like, is someone going to say anything? If not, I have to be an advocate for myself and for these kids and just give the book away.
Yes,
I'd
indeed.
rather them have it than to regret saying, "Dang, I wish I would have did." I wish, and it was placed on my heart right then and there. Just watching them. So the greatest thing for me since becoming a children's author is just reaching children.
Yeah.
Whether it's boy or girl. I did an event in Miami when I just put out "Judge Me Not," and I sold out of that book before I did Nally. And like you need more of these. We don't find too many books for kids with disabilities. You need more of these. So I've written so many children's books, but I'm only going to put out what's on my heart. So what I feel is the right, and I only started writing children's books because my mother was like, "You need to write children's books," and I'm like, "Huh? Why?" But I had a child. I had a 2-year-old at the time, so it's like, why not? So, but I wrote in Nally, everything that I wrote was from the heart. My first book was dedicated to two good friends of mine who lost their daughter, whose name was Nally.
Wow.
And the significance is the butterfly for them. So it was, I wrote it in no time. I don't even know or understand how I'm able to write children's books in all of 20 minutes. And then it's like perfect right then and there. But that was on my heart to write for them, and to know that was geared for girls. And then knowing that there's other things out there, like say children with disabilities, and then knowing that you don't have or find too many books for black or brown kids that just in general just lets them know you are somebody. Your black is still beautiful.
Yeah.
No matter what anyone says, your hair is beautiful, kinky, straight, just curly. It doesn't matter. And we trend. That's all folks talk about is the black people.
That's right.
Hey.
A black president, like I said. So
Set the bar.
yeah. So it's like, and to sum it all up, I love my black. No matter how you look at it, no matter how anyone speaks on me, I love my black at the end of the day. If I'm dark up here, light on the neck, and white on my toes, I still love my black.
I love my black. That's what I'm saying. That's
absolutely.
it.
One of the things I heard you say is, Celia and I talk about this all the time. It's not about the money so much as it's for the impact. And making an impact with a child, that will turn into a teen, that will turn into an adult. And what that would look like years from now. This lady gave me this book, and I didn't realize at the time that it would encourage me or influence me. Talk about that a little bit, because so often in society, when people see authors, they immediately think, "Oh, well, you're selling books, you're making money." And again, Sil and I talk about this all the time. It's not so much about that. What do we want this generation of children coming up? We want them to think about more than just money. What about the impact? Talk a little bit about that.
Let's start off by saying making a children book ain't cheap.
Yeah.
It's not easy. First of all, let's first start with the idea. To come up with an idea to think, is this going to help somebody?
Yeah.
It's going to help someone's child.
Yeah.
Is this going to resonate for the future? How far into the future will this idea, reach? That's number one. Number two, like I said, creating the book, it takes months.
Yeah.
To perfect a children's book.
It sure does.
So we're not going to say, money isn't important, because, I don't do this for money. I still have a job. But at the end of the day, I think we write children's books to reach these children. Times have truly changed where we went from, it's way before my time, but no TV and you ain't have a choice but to read a book.
Yeah. Yeah.
To now, these kids are living on their phones. Everything is on social media.
Yeah.
And even though I'm a Kindle person, my books are on Kindle, but it's nothing like having a collection of books for your children. So whether I sell a book, whether I give away a book, whether I just send a book, gift a book, it doesn't matter. I just want to reach someone.
Yeah.
And I hope one day I took a picture with a little girl and at an event that I did, and I said, can I please post this? Because she couldn't have been no more than 4 years old. Three,
Mm.
4. Yeah, she should have been about 4 years old. And she was so happy to get that book. So happy. I would have gave her the book. I think I'll give out a book just about every event that I go that I
Yeah.
do. And
Right.
I don't sit there and be like, dang, I just missed out on $10. No, I did it from my heart.
Yeah.
I always do it. If I made it from my heart, I'm gonna give
Right.
because we give and get it back tenfold.
That's
Even
right.
though I'm never looking for anything in return, my
That's
purpose is to reach these children. So
Absolutely.
I could care less about the money. I'll keep spending the money to keep getting these books made. As long as I reach a child and they understand what it is that I'm writing and trying to get over to them without it being too complicated. Because you can only put so much. I read a children's book that had big words in there, and I'm like, who are you trying to reach, the adult or the child?
Right. Right.
So you got to make it simple for them,
No,
but
your
not
audience.
simple in a way in order for them to understand. So my purpose is just reach these children, get back to where reading was fun for us.
Yeah.
Not just looking at pictures, even though I come up with everything for my books. The
Yeah.
illustrations. The only thing I can't do is draw. I can't draw to save my life. I
Yeah.
can't color to save my life. So I'm going to leave it up to the person that I pay to do it.
Yeah.
But I come up. It's all in my mind. I'm a visionary. So if my vision says I'm going to reach these kids, I'm going to reach these kids. That's my purpose.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give an aspiring author, whether it's a child who wants to become an author or an adult who says, you know what, I have a book inside of me and I want to do it, but I'm scared. What advice would you give them?
Just write. That's my favorite thing to tell anybody that I talk to. Just write. 1 word, 2 words, 3 words, 50 words. Just write. Because if you keep writing, you're going to write the end eventually. Whether it takes you, I've had people come to me, I've been writing this book for 15 years. Okay, keep writing. Ain't nobody tell you to stop. It take you 25 years. Keep writing. You're going to finish. Whenever you have an idea, write it down.
Yeah.
Don't just let it go to waste. Don't let anyone stop you, number one, because we can be our worst enemies. 2, when we share our ideas with people and they're not on the same wavelength as us and they don't see your vision,
Yeah.
don't let it stop you. So if you have the want, the desire, the need to write a book, do it.
Yeah.
So just write it. Just keep on writing. You're going to finish it one day. You're going to finish it, but you can't stop. Just keep writing.
Can't stop.
That's right.
I love how she said you can't stop. She didn't say, Arthur Mai B did not say you should not stop. She said you can't stop. And I think when you adopt that mindset that no matter what, I can't stop, you don't give yourself that way out or that easy out, shall I say, that, oh, I'm going to just give up. No, you can't stop. Like you can't. That's not an option.
Right.
So I love how you worded it.
That's all the questions I have for Author Mai B. Do you have any more, Will?
I do. So you are a mother, you have a family, you're an author. I heard you say that you also have a job. How do you balance it all? And not only how do you balance it all, but what advice would you give someone who says, I want to do this, no matter what their dream is, but I'm a mother, but I'm in school, but I have a job. How do we get it done?
Good question.
Just like I said, just write, just do it. My best friend and I talk every day, and She's a mother. She has a full-time job. She just started another business. She just considered getting another job. And it was like, why? You're already doing this. Why are you taking away free time that you have? And you can be using that time towards something else that you're already doing. So I'm a wife. I'm a mom. I have a full time job, and I'm a mom of two. I have an 11-month-old. I write books. I just literally before logging in applied for an LLC for a clothing company. I'm beginning to start. Um, so we all have the same 24 hours. The
Mhm.
question is, what are you doing with yours?
Yes. Say that
Trust
again.
and believe. I'm tired. I am beyond tired.
Yeah.
But when you have a dream, because you can't start a business without financing it somehow, some way, whether it's $1, $2, $1,000, or $100, you have to finance it somehow. But we also still have bills to pay. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you want it, you just got to do it. You'll
Yeah.
find a
Yeah.
way, you'll find a time. But the one thing that I was able to do after all these years is I finally got me a whiteboard and I
Mm.
wrote down my goals because I'm a
Yeah.
thinker. I don't write things down too much. So when I think, I can think myself into a headache. I
Yeah.
have thought myself into a headache.
No.
All
Yeah.
those things on top of being a mom, being a wife, have to take care of home, have to all that stuff that we already have on our list of natural duties. Once I wrote my goals down, a weight just lifted off my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I still think about my goals daily, but I don't think on it as heavily as it was when it was just still in my brain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So writing them down and looking at them every day just lets me know I have a goal to reach.
Mhm.
That's
So
right.
a business that I've always wanted to you put my words and sayings on words and on paper. So
Mm-hmm.
I said I'm starting me a clothing line. I've
That's
already I don't know. I can't even tell you how many designs I
yeah.
already have. I have a paper just listed of different things that I've written down, and then I just started. And then today I applied for my LLC.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
So full time job, an author,
Mhm.
and now almost a business owner.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
for anyone who wants to do it, it's not that you can't do it. You have to
Mm-hmm.
first believe in yourself to believe that you can do it.
Yeah.
Just like I said with the writing, you don't let anyone get in your way. You don't let anyone get in the way of reaching your dream, no matter what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody's not going to believe in you
No.
to to reach that goal. They're not going to see what you see. And the way things are now, where it's not so much of work to take care of your family.
Mm-hmm.
Now we on the wavelength of entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
You got young kids out here that's 9 years old starting businesses, bow
Yeah.
ties and shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did an event last Saturday, not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before last, and the kid came to my table and he said, "This is my business. All proceeds are going to my college fund." I'm 30
Come
years old.
on. Come on, young man.
30 years old. And I said that, how can I not support this young man?
Yeah.
How can I not? You just told me, you just came to me. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't go to these events, do these events, and be like, I'm going to every single last table and, support, because
Yeah.
everything ain't, for you. But how could I not go and support a young man who couldn't have been no older than maybe 14, 15 years old? And if he was older than that, it's still kudos to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The young man who and the business is called No Pressure, No Polish. When I saw
Ah.
that, I said, "Oh, yeah, that's fly.
Oh
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
fly. No pressure, no
No
polish."
problem. Wow.
He went and got me a T-shirt to support him. And no matter how old you are, we have to teach our kids that you can do whatever you want,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you put your mind to. You want to start a business, you do that. And as us parents in this generation, all we can do is back them.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah.
thought about my clothing line, I'm like, that's generational wealth. We keep talking about generational wealth. We have to do our part. That's number one. We gotta do our part as adults.
Right.
Mhm.
And number two, we just have to stick behind them. We can't
Yeah.
push them to do what we want them to do. Those days are sort of over. These kids have their own mind these days.
Yeah.
They come and tell you what they want to do. They know for themselves at the point what they want to do.
Yes.
We have to see what they see
Yeah.
Right.
at the
Yeah.
same time. So
Yeah.
that's just how it goes.
Yes, no, it's all truth, all real talk. And that is what we love. I believe before we started the show, I told you like that's how Val and I are. We're very transparent. It's just like talking to your homegirls because that's really what it is.
Yes.
Our
These
conversations
are the
have to
conversations.
start sounding different. Like and we're really going to be the change that we're seeking. Our conversations have to have substance. Our conversations have to be purposeful and we have to be real about the things that we're experiencing in life and just our what we need and what you do author maybe is you feel a need because you see um things happening in real time with the George Floyd and then Amari. I mean, I hate to say justice for them because of the convictions because you never it doesn't replace the life.
Nope.
But we're seeing this in real time, and at that point, it's like, how do I articulate this to our babies? Because they have questions. Mom,
Right.
Dad, why are they killing black people? Why are can I trust the police? Can I not trust the police? Am I a target? These are questions and general concerns that children have, and so you're feeling the need with all of your books. And I just think that we just have to continue to feel the need, whatever your gift is, whether it's design and clothing line, whether it's you're an engineer, a scientist, an architect, or an author. We have to continue to feel these needs. So
Mhm.
I appreciate you just for simply continuing and just creating. And I'm proud of you. You are a business owner. One, you're already an author, so you're a
Yeah.
business owner. But congratulations times two on the
Absolutely.
Thank
new
you.
business. So,
Thank
yes,
you.
I'm
Thank you
excited
so
for
much.
you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. And I know, Val, what are your thoughts? Like, I know you have so much to
I
say.
do. I do. I have a lot of thoughts before we close out.
Yes.
My thoughts are thank you, Author May B, for coming on Storytime Chill with Valence Hill and reading your book, I Love My Black. I heard you say many things about that, about your book, different phrases, but the things that stood out to me is that you talked about our hair, our skin, how we were smart, we trend, our voices, our lives matter. And the one thing you said was that stuck out to me was that you said it was time. So timing is everything. Not only are you well aware of the time, but you're also a giver. And you talked about how you gave books away in order to make an impact. So kudos to you out there, maybe,
Thank
for
you.
doing all that you do. Thank we look forward to seeing
Yeah.
you in every arena that you desire to be in. Kudos to you and everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
Continue to be great. Continue to keep us in the loop on everything that you're doing so we can support you and our
Yeah.
artists can support you as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you ladies so much.
Awesome. Well, let us know and let our followers know where they can keep up with you and where they can purchase your books.
Okay. Well, on top of me being a children's book author, I'm also an urban fiction author.
Oh.
Just gonna slide that one on in there. So you can check out my website, authorajwright.co. My books are also on Amazon. Um, my children's books is under May B,
Mhm.
and my children's books are also on my website. Um, Instagram, Author May B,
Yes.
and I try to I post my events on my main page, which
Mhm.
happens to be his wife underscore her mom 15. So any event that you see me post, my children's books will be there.
Mhm.
I don't go anywhere without my books, to be honest. So
Yes.
you can also reach me on email I am maybe the number two at gmail.com. So anyone has any questions, concerns about writing, please reach out to me. I don't have an issue helping anyone. I mean, we have to share our jewels
Yeah,
because me helping you helps me in the long run.
That's
Um,
right.
I just, I'm a helper. I'm a giver. So anyone who needs any time, I actually had someone who, I just recently got my books into a store,
okay.
and person who was vending, has a vending machine there, reached out to me saying they want to write a book on their life and asked if I'd be their mentor. Absolutely. Who am
Yes,
I to say no? So, I'm 6 years in the urban fiction world game. So, in 3 years, 4 years in the children's book game. So it's, I know a couple of things. I'm still learning at the end of the day. I'm not going to act like I'm some book guru, but I know, what I know. So
yeah,
if somebody wants to reach out to me, that's, not a problem. Reach out. I'm not going to turn my nose up, turn the other cheek. I got you.
yes. Sharing the wealth, and that is how we do it. We pay
That's
it
right.
forward once we know it. Once we're there, we reach back and we make sure that we can pay it forward to other people. That's how we continue to pave the way. So I just want to again thank everyone for tuning in. If you are looking at your screen, it will let you know to please, please, please subscribe to Storytime Chill on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also keep up with us at www.storytimechill.com. We are featuring a new HBCU of the week every episode. So if there is one that you have in mind, feel free to reach out, let us know who we should shout out next week, and we will do it justice. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you, Author May B. We look forward
Thank
to supporting
you.
you, and good luck and best wishes on your journey. And just thank you again. Until next time.
Thank you, ladies. I have a good evening.
You as
Thank
well.
you.
Bye,
Bye
everyone.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.